Reaction. Um, Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me in the presence of my enemy. So, I still haven't basically done basically what was supposed to be my first episode. I guess who knows, it might turn into my third episode. Going over it, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I did post, and like I said, no one watched it. I guess I can't get mad at that. No one watched it. Anyways, we're gonna see if we can find any other tricks and see if that works. Hopefully you're recording. If not, then whatever. Um, so what I am reacting to now is, um, like I'm saying all this with a grain of salt. I have a tendency to believe this, so hopefully it's true. I mean, we really don't know what is true anymore per se. You have to believe it, or if you go there and to the place yourself and you see, and we say, hey, this is actually true, right? So what I'm reacting to now is, I'm seeing a lot in my timeline as well, across all my social medias, right, plural, right, is these Venezuelan gang members that are they are overtaking some of these apartment complexes and basically extorting them, similar to what they were doing down in El Salvador. I don't know if you guys know about that, when they were just taking gang members and sending them back to El Salvador. And so I'm reacting to that. And basically, like I said earlier, do not let people tell you who to vote for. Um, the reason why, I guess that was probably my first one, a Waymo car, don't like those, um, is because that what you find near and dear to you, you vote with that. And in this instance, if you believe that the border is one of your hot button topics and that you want your candidate to address that, then vote for who you're going to vote for. Now, under this regime, how a lot of these illegals are coming in, and one of these biggest groups are the Venezuelan gang members, and they're going to different places. They're going to here. They're also going to Chicago, and they're basically overtaking, you know, we'll say like those apartment complexes. They're overtaking those apartment complexes, and they're overtaking um, some of the hood per se. They're coming in like with their guns, and they're basically unified. And it's, to me, it seems like strategic, and they're overtaking parts of Chicago, and parts of Denver, Colorado. Now, the reason why I also say, um, don't let anyone tell you who to vote for, because people on the other side, if you're voting left or you're voting right, there's certain issues that you align with. And then one of these issues is, especially if you're voting right, the Second Amendment, right? And so if you're looking at the places where, these Venezuelan gangs are going, are liberal cities. And I'm not against liberals. I mean, I'm basically ultimately a liberal. But if you look at the places where they took over, it's like Colorado, and they're not Second Amendment friendly. If you look at how they come in, they're going to either come in like Mexico through Arizona. But a lot of those guys, they didn't go to Arizona, right? And I feel that they didn't go through Arizona or to Arizona. We'll say to Arizona, is because Arizona is a right to carry, and I know that firsthand. Like, I can truly believe that, because I grew up in Arizona, and I grew up, I went to high school in Toontown High School, and they had, like, people went to school with rifles in their truck, right? And not that it's good or bad thing, kids having guns, but like, that's how Arizona uh, is. Like, everyone has a right to carry, and so to me, I would I would find it hard pressed for them to overtake, let's say, an apartment complex in Arizona. I believe that they could overtake an apartment complex in Arizona, but I think it'd be a little bit harder. And I also believe that, you know, people like I just came back from DC, and a buddy of mine lived out in Maryland and out in the open. And if you're out in the open, you're gonna carry something. In Arizona, if you're out in the open, like let's say like a house with a bunch of land, I call them plantation homes, you're gonna be carrying something. So it's gonna be a little bit harder for, let's say, those Venezuelan gangs to, you know, overthrow or overtake, you know, those certain type of buildings, because people there are strapped. Um, what also what also happened to me as well is, they said when you get older, you have a tendency to become more. If you're left, you have a tendency to become more right, more Republican, and a lot of your views change. And where some of our views change, which is kind of bad, a little bit on immigration and also Second Amendment, right? I also believe that people have the right to carry, but I was always against. I'm like, why do people need, you know, AKs? Why do people need um, bigger guns, right? I'm like, who are they gonna shoot? Like, there's not gonna be a gang of deers, right? But from watching these Venezuelan gangs, right? And granted, I'm getting this information from the internet as well, but watching these gangs come in, and it's like, I'm pretty sure you guys seen the video. Hopefully, I can probably edit that, but you've seen a video where there's like 3 or 4 guys and they're kicking down doors. And I'm like, there's the case, right? There's the case where you need an AK-47. It's about like 4 or 5, 6 guys coming at you. You know, you spray them out. Now, is that right? No, no. I just quoted you a Bible scripture at the very beginning. No, it's not right. But it's a time that say we're living in, you're living in, and if you're living in that time, like uh, this time, this world, then that's what you need. Granted, ideally, I don't think, because I never thought that there'd be a time where you see like 4 or 5 people like running into an apartment complex and trying to take it over, and it's like, really? And you know, they're going to, and granted, if all this is true, they're going to the police, no, they're going to the marshals, no, and they're going to the FBI, and they're telling them no, and then you have to defend yourself, right? You have to defend yourself, and then that's where the Second Amendment comes in, right? It says foreign or domestic. I'm trying to conjure up something, but a lot of it's probably late. And anyways, like, that's what I mean. So this is episode number 2, and of course this one went long-winded as well. But it's like, now you kind of get, right? You kind of get, you know, those people that was for the Second Amendment. You kind of get, you know, the people where they say they wanted closed borders. I mean, I still have a heart, right? I still have a heart, because you know people are coming. But when you're letting in everyone and we don't vet anyone, you get that. And then who's going to protect you? Who's going to protect you? Like they say, you know, Second Amendment, domestic, foreign, or domestic. And a lot of these people now are being domestic. Well, that was episode number 2. Hopefully it's recorded. If it is, cool. If it's not, that's okay. I gotta get in and see what's going on. Peace. We are Uber. Reaction number 2. Maybe I might do like a trailer. It's getting kind of sad in here. Peace. I'm out. Well, hopefully that recorded. We'll see.